Goodness, you are here, commanders. I hear German tanks rumbling down the road, and I'm a little bit frightened. But luckily Rubicon have come to the rescue once again by giving me this. Yes, it's a tank destroyer. I'm a bit excited. I often am excited, aren't I? But particularly so this time, as I've begun to play Conflict 47. I've been coming up against a few tanks as I've started to play, and this may be an answer, I would say. So this is, as Rubicon does, more than one tank. Well, it's one tank, but more than one concept, more than one option. So you can make your M10 Tank Destroyer, and also you've got the American version, which is the M36. There we go. I had to read that there. It's not from any great knowledge personally. So you've got, my guess is, options to make both of those, but also I'm guessing there'll be variants of each, as something I do know is that there were more than one version of the British tank destroyer. It was an American-made beast. I think it's made off the back of a Sherman chassis, actually, kind of open top with a blooming great gun in it. But there were different guns that were used by the Americans and the Brits during World War II. So my guess is you'll have different options in here to make all those up. So I think even Korea, these were used in the end. But if you want some more information on the tank, on the back there, Rubicon very interested in not just making a model and giving you a model, but also telling you a bit about the vehicle itself and how it was used and who used it and the variations, etc. So a bit of history, which I always enjoy. So let's have a quick look inside, shall we? Now, not sealed on the outside, because all the ones I've opened so far, there's wrapping for the actual sprues, and this is no exception. There we are. Instructions there. That's the lot. Very good. Super. And as normal, lots of sprues. There we go. We'll go through those in a second, shall we? Instructions. So because we oh, what's that? Oh, there we go. Transfers as well. Very helpful. Free with every box. So yeah, instructions there for the different variations. Looks complicated. But again, from my limited experience and very limited knowledge of model making in itself, I'm guessing that is because there's so many variants. Look, there's an example of different variants of the tank destroyer itself. So yeah, my guess is that though this looks complicated initially, that it's only because there are different avenues to go down as you make one or other of the variants. So I think it'll be simple once you're embarked on a particular path for the particular tank destroyer that you want. Whew. I'm a little bit intimidated, I do admit. Easily intimidated, I am. Easily intimidated. Here's the first. Should we just take them random? Yeah, we'll take them random. I'll put these ones over here. So how will I get into this here packaging? It's quite tough. I could rip my way into it, but I'm not strong enough. I'm a wheedling. I'm a wheedling model maker. No, I shall use Excalibur. Yeah, nothing can stand against that, can it? Not at all. So let's in we go. Oh, and expertly, I've not actually cut into the packaging. That's how good I am. So let's get into it properly. There we go. That's a better job, isn't it? And it shows you how much I rehearse these, doesn't it? Crinkly bits of paper. Very important to get rid of those in the most environmental way possible. Marvellous. So, probably a good one to start this, actually. So we've got track covers, and part of the superstructure, if that's the correct way of identifying it. I don't know what that bit is. We'll soon find out. Oh, actually, it's got a kind of ring under there, so that could be something that goes into the hole there. So it could be part of the turret. Quite possibly. Marvellous. They're quite angular here, which I don't remember from Sherman's, so maybe the understructure of the Sherman is what this was designed on. They put this on afterwards, I don't know. So, but all become clear, I'm sure. Let's put that over there for the moment. Let's look at the next one. Let's go into here. Go over the back here. Maybe I'll do a better job of getting into the bag straight away. Yes, that's better. See, practice makes perfect. Kaizen. Okay. More paper, crinkly bits. Oh, wonderful. Great. So we have more little bits here. Looks like the wheels for inside the tracks. Very important to get those on the right way as well. So I've got to follow the instructions carefully because all those wheels probably fit in exactly the right place. Otherwise it's not realistic either, is it? Something else there, don't quite know what those are. Ooh, lots of bits here that I find harder to identify, so I'm sure that'll become apparent later. I think these might be lamps or other fittings for the finishing of the beast. And is that a machine gun there? Looks like a medium type machine gun, hull mounted or pintle. I don't know yet. I was watched a documentary. I think it's this super German fellow who does, I think is it called military history? It's all really cool graphics that he uses for it. And he was explaining how he used to shoot at tigers with the machine gun first, button them down while you engage them with the big gun. Really interesting. He's the expert, not me, so do pop over and watch. So some of the finishing touches there. They look like shells actually. Look like the armour-piercing shells perhaps. Maybe we'll soon see, I'm sure. And some of the core stuff, i.e. the wheels themselves. Good. And then the last sprue that we have here, it's lighter. I think we might have the meat and the potatoes in here. We might. Oh, really getting the hang of this. No, maybe not. I can only thank you for continuing to watch my amateur efforts to essentially fight my way out of a paper bag. A little bit embarrassing. So that's the last bag bested. So it's not Caliburn, it's Caliburn is mighty. It's my use of it that's embarrassing. So here we are, more the plating, I guess, for the top of the tank. Tank Destroyer there. Those bits I won't pretend to understand yet, but they look like hull as well. And turret ring, is that? Don't know. And of course, blooming great guns, because that's really what this vehicle was about, wasn't it? It was a chassis on which to mount blooming great guns. So, as I suspected, there are different guns there, possibly to represent the different types of tank destroyer that you can make in this kit. Wonderful. Shall we have a go at putting her together? Useful thing to know here as we put the wheels into the tracks is these wheels are possibly, I'm not sure, but I think they're ever so slightly different. So your best bet is to just dry fit them in. So you've got this box here on the outside. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just have a quick look and make sure we've got a chance of seeing. Got a box there. Oops. Let's have a look. Don't know if you can see that. So we have a box there and a flat bit on the other side, like so. Box, flat bit. The box is meant to attach to the superstructure over there. There we go. But the other bit, therefore, goes into the track. So you've got the track there, you lay that out, and you pop it in until it clicks. If I put it over on the other side there, it slides about, doesn't feel right. Put it in the middle, doesn't quite feel right either. If I put it on there, it feels right. There you go, clicks in. So you can actually, I guess, dry fit them. There you go, that fits in quite nicely. Otherwise, you risk these boxes sticking out there, not quite fitting into these indentations on the main body of the beast. So there you go. If that's a helpful tip. I don't know if this particular model has different wheels. I think it does, as I say, because this one here doesn't really fit comfortably into over the outer wheels further up the track. So see what you think. See what you think. And slide them out and see which one feels better as it slots in. So I'll go ahead and glue those now. So track assemblies and the bottom of the hull there. So got some pegs there, different sizes I think. Just there and there, and different sized holes there and there. So little boxes, as I say, that stick out of the assembly as we put together. Hopefully I've put them in the right order so that they now fit, hopefully, like that. There we go. Super. So there we go. So they should fit in correctly now. So I'll go ahead and put those on forever and ever. So just in the middle of doing the turret, not even glued this yet. So you've got the little ringy bit there side. Can you hear it rattling about? So I'm going to glue that in now it's inside. But the gun is, there we go, the gun moves, which is great. So that's actually holding together on its own. I will glue it. So I'm going to glue the ring inside under here now. And I'm going to glue, can you see, if you can see that? Look. It's not yet glued, so I'm going to glue that from the back there as well. And then I'm going to see if that works. It might not work, but I'm going to give it a go. It's just my funny way of putting this bit together. It may not be the correct way, but it's my funny way of doing it. Here we are, my M10 Tank Destroyer ready. Got the mantlets on there without interfering with the elevation or depression of the gun, so pleased with that. Also pleased to have a bigger gun for the field. I'm getting outgunned in Conflict 47, so I think when I'm playing, they've all got huge tanks or massive tank destroyers or big anti-tank guns, so at least I've got something to reply to them with now, which is great to have as an option. And I've gone for a simple paint scheme, firstly because I'm no artist or artisan in model making or painting, but also because a lot of the pictures that I've seen have very simple, they didn't have camouflage, the ones that I've seen, so I've just gone for a dark green with highlights and then just put loads of brown and red over it to make it look muddy. So I'm very pleased. I'm ready to rumble out into the artillery regiments with this little beast. I'm going to call it the little beast, and I hope that you have fun with these too. Also, look after yourself, keep your hands clean, and look after everyone else as well. So thanks for joining us, and when you are attacking those heavy German tanks, remember, come up from behind, won't you? Take care.